guys, dispatch service. You're calling for providing your services. Where are you located?
Yes, we have a base office in Miami and also Houston, California, Delaware.
Okay. How long you been in the business?
Oh, more than 20 years.
20 years as a dispatch service?
Yeah. Not personally, the office, the company, yeah.
Okay. So how much are your charges and what are you offer?
We charge 5% and there is no contract and the setup is free.
Okay. So what are you averaging right now for drive-ins?
Well, the last week I had a customer and we made him over 13K in 6 days.
Okay. What is your rate
And
per
he was
mile?
using the drive-in
What
as
is
well.
your rate per mile?
That would depend on the miles driven, and also
But you just
I'm a sales guy, so our dispatcher handles that information.
okay, so you trying to reach out to me as a sales guy, but how can I give you my business if I don't know the details, how good your dispatchers are? I need to know average rate per mile. I need to know which area you're talking about, who is your brokers, and how does it work. So, I mean, you cannot just reach out to ask me
Sure.
to give you a chance to dispatch us if you don't know the basics answers about logistics.
Got you. We have a strong relationship with more than 250 top brokers.
Sir, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Everybody has a strong relationship because we all have access to load boards. So we all have that. My question is, why are you better? What is your rate per mile right now for driving? And which area are you talking about? When you telling me that you had one customer who has 13,000 a week gross, I mean, if you've been in business for 20 years, if you guys dispatch so many trucks, you should have your average number for reefer, for flatbed, for step deck, and which area. So can you provide me that information before we're gonna start discussing
Definitely.
how many brokers you know? We all know the same brokers. They're all the same. They're all on load boards.
Yeah. You're right. The thing is that they give us the loads right even before they hit the load board. And it will be depending. Let's say this guy we moved the other week, it was within California, Oregon, and Washington. This was on the west.
Again, how many miles are we talking about?
$3 a mile.
How many miles exactly are we talking about? What is the rate per mile? Is it a legal run or is it cheating logbook? What was the commodities? What kind of type of equipment, sir? You're trying to sell me the cat in a bag without all valuable information.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you that the rate per mile, it could vary. It is depending on where you like to move.
Okay, so exactly what was the average for drive-ins for different regions in your company? Can you give me the average? For example, we have drive-ins.
An average.
Okay, so average for Midwest. What are the brokers? Can you send me data for at least 4 or 5 different carriers so I can see?
The average per mile will be $3. That's the average I can give you.
Okay, but you need to give me a proof. I want to see which region. $3. If he's does regional runs, actually we are averaging right now $4. If he goes coast to coast, it's $2.75. So which regions are we talking about?
This was west.
Exactly. So again, how many miles did he had? How many miles did he had for that 13,000 gross? If you tell him that he was averaging $3, right? And he had what? 13,000?
Yeah.
13,000 gross. So 13,000 divided by $3, it's going to be 4,333 miles, which is impossible to do in 1 week if you do their legal runs. Because truck cannot drive, especially in California, with a speed of 55. That means that it's not legal run. So what are you advertising for me? So your data does not make sense, logical sense. Do you understand what I'm saying? 4,300 miles in
Right.
1 week, it's impossible unless you fake in logbook, okay? Because how many miles can average truck drive a day? By HOS, hours of service. How many hours? How many miles? Do you know that?
Actually, I don't.
You don't. And you're reaching out to me to sell the
No.
20 years in business dispatch service when you don't have basic knowledge. So can I talk to one of the dispatchers who maybe at least have a clue? What is HOS? What is a transit?
Yeah.
What is a commodities?
Yeah. Let me do a conference call so we can get you all that information.
And what is the name of your dispatch service?
It's Turbo Logistics.
Oh, it's Turbo Logistics Dispatch Service, right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so can you find somebody in Turbo Logistics Dispatch Service who have been doing business for 20 years, who at least knows what is HOS, what is a legal run, what is the average RPM, what is the regions, before you reach out to sell your business?
Definitely. I'll get him on the line for you.
Thank you.
We are pretty structured in stuff. You know, we got salesmen and we got dispatchers. A dispatcher cannot be a salesman at the same time. We assure the dispatch service is 100%. You know, so
You're actually really breaking. Can you take off me from speakerphone or something, because I cannot really hear you. Because you're breaking.
Give me a second. Can you hear me now?
Oh, so see, what is your driver drives? Wow, what is a legal run? Wow, I used to drive 700 miles. Yeah, where? In California? With 55 limit? You're not gonna make 700 miles run. 13,000 a week by $3. That means 4,300 miles a week. This is not a legal run, but they're offering services, right? When you ask direct questions, what are they giving you? Well, they're giving you average 253. It's different. Are we talking about region? Are we talking about coast to coast runs? What are we talking about? And their salesman has no clue about what they're doing. So how can you provide service if your salespeople do not know what are you offering? Hello?
Hello, hi, this is David. How are you?
Yeah, David, yeah, it sounds better. So,
Way much better, right?
yeah, much better. So, again, you guys reaching out to us as a carrier, and I would like to see what is your average, for example, for Midwest for the last 2 weeks, and can I get an example from few carriers? Who was the brokers? What was a commodity?
I can give you the rate per mile, but I cannot give you exactly that because I'll be giving you my contact. So that's
I don't really need carrier name, but I want to see load pickup from Chicago, went to Memphis, then you pick up from Memphis, you went to York, PA. I want to see at least 2 weeks of the runs and the rate. I don't really need who is a carrier. I don't need to know who is a driver. I want to see who was the broker. TQL, XPO, Coyote. I don't really need details, but I need data. How can I trust you? I can promise you anything. Come to me and I'll dispatch you $10 an hour.
Well, we don't have a contract. You don't lose anything trying with us.
But it doesn't. I mean, how do I know that you guys know what you're doing? I don't lose anything. Yes, I do. I'm giving information of our company. I'm giving you a chance to dispatch. Why would I do that if I don't even know if you guys doing a good job? What do you mean I'm not losing anything? You're not losing anything because for you, it's just another carrier who you miss and hit. We have something to lose. We can lose our profit. We can sit there for a day or two without loads.
Well, starting, we're starting with rough punch. Being a carrier, being myself a carrier too, right? Mm-hmm. I know exactly what you might lose if you don't move your truck properly. To be honest with you. And two is that, first of all, we need to accept to be able to move in order to try. Even if you give you the numbers, you have your own MC, right? Each MC is an individual number that assure you your record with the brokers. If you have a proper if you have a proper delivery pickup time, if you have any issues,
No, we have
depends on
no we
that.
have no issues. Company is 8 months in
Well,
business with most brokers already
well,
set up. So I still need to know what are you gonna offer me? Why are you better than anybody
well,
else?
well. This is what I'm offering to you. We're gonna assign you if you have a reefer or dry van or even a flatbed. I assign you one a specific specialist in reefer, dry van, or flatbed. Right? That person is gonna be your dispatcher. You're not gonna deal with many dispatchers like other companies that have 5, 4.
Okay.
The one that is in turn. It's one, right? That is assigned to you. That person is going to know exactly how you move, where you want to go. He's going to have the documentation, the regular broker packet, because he's going to set you up with other brokers. You might be running 8 months in the market, right? And you might have 200 brokers you're being set up with. That's good. But every day in the United States, it opens 150 new brokers. You have good credit or bad credit. It's up to us to search and create your company with a bigger wallet, business wallet. That's the thing. That's what we offer.
Well, your representatives just told me 13,000 miles per week. He gave me example by $3 per mile. We're talking about 4,300 miles, which is not legal run. So this is not an example I can go by. So telling me, oh my God, one of my carriers had 13,000 last week by $3 per
13
mile. It's already not legal runs. If you are a carrier, you know that.
13,000 miles a week.
Yeah, divide by 3, it gives you 4,300 miles. How do you do it legally? Tell me, especially California and Oregon and Washington.
In a team.
Oh, this is a team load. Oh, now we're talking about team. So this is a difference between team rates and a single solo driver.
Exactly.
Okay, but you guys don't mention that. So exactly, that's why we need the data. I need for drive-in, for single guy, for the last 2-3 weeks.
I'm sorry, if you don't let me speak, I cannot explain you. I know exactly what you want. Honest to God, I know exactly what you want. You want to know a week, from Monday to Monday, you can actually produce, even if you're a driver, you would babysit a load, you can produce from 9 to 10 to 11,000 depending on the area you are. You're actually moving like around 2,800 miles a week for a solo.
Well, that's why I'm asking you, sir, can you give me data for 2-3 different trucks for the last 2 weeks? So I can see exactly. The load was picking up here, going here. I don't need even broker's name. I want to say pick up, delivery, so I can see in a real rates. That's all I'm asking you. I don't care who's a carrier. I don't care who's a broker because they all the same. We all book with the same. But for me to see how your dispatcher works, I want to see how they manage transits. So I want to make sure that the dispatcher who's going to be assigned to me has a clue, and I want to see actually realistic numbers.
Well, the thing is, I can give you the address right now. And you have experience. I can see that you have experience because you talk to me. You can easily go to DAT and get those loads. Why am I giving you the routes, the lanes that I usually do? Why would I give you that?
And I am not asking for the broker. I am not even asking for the shipper. I am not asking for receiver. I am only asking you for zip codes from pick up to delivery and the rate, so I can see that your promises are really true, that I am making the 10-12,000 with a legal run for a week. I'm not asking you for confidential information. I don't care. I'm asking you to show me from Monday to next Monday, this guy went from here to here, here to here, here's the rates. Because just looking at this, me being in business for a long time, I can tell you if you're lying to me or not. Do you understand? I don't need you brokers, I know most of them.
Well, I understand. Well, to be honest with you, and even when we do a sale, I'm the one who filters to see if actually it's going to be even an issue for us. Because even if we are calling you, inquiring for a service to you, right?
Yeah.
If it's going to be a hard client, to try to move,
Oh, so
It's
you
time that
so
we
you
see
consider me
actually.
as a you consider me a hard client because I am asking questions your salesperson who had not
No,
even knew
no,
what is
not a
HOS
question.
is. He did not even know the legal run. He did not even know the region. So I am the hard client because I actually know what the hell I'm talking about. The data then?
Yeah, I can provide you the data from cities. Right? I cannot give you a Raycon. I cannot give you a
I don't
kickstart.
need rate. I did
I can
not
tell you
ask,
information.
sir. I did not ask for rate cons. I asked for the
Okay.
rate. I asked, for example, Chicago to Memphis, 1200. It was
Mm-hmm.
picked up on November 1st, delivered on the 2nd. November 2nd was picked up from Memphis, went to York, PA, delivery November 5th. This was the rate. Then he picked up. That's all I'm asking you. I'm not asking you for your personal treasure information. I'm not asking you for broker. I'm not even asking you for exactly shipper or receiver because if
Mm-hmm.
people know and they run trucking just looking on the destination and how to run, we can tell you if this is a true information or not. And if you are a carrier and if you ever been a driver, you would agree with me, right?
No,
Yes.
of course.
Of
I
course.
can actually give you
So,
that
and
right
you know
now.
why I got frustrated? Because when somebody reaches out to you and tells that we have business for 20 years and we are the best dispatch service, but they don't even have a clue of little terminology, basic terminology, how would you feel? If I would call you and try to sell something and you ask me question, well, oh, I'm trying to sell you truck, right? And you asking me, oh, who makes the truck? And I'm gonna just keep telling you, you know what? I've been doing it for 20 years. Just buy the truck. Why does it matter? Just buy the truck. Are you understanding me?
No, I totally agree with you.
Okay, so it's
Totally
not
agree with
me
you.
being pushy. It's just, you know how many phone calls we receive? So that's maybe something you guys really need to improve because I'm getting so tired of desperate phone calls. Maybe you do have some good
Believe me.
dispatchers. Maybe you do provide good services. But let me honest, and I'm very direct. I actually run YouTube channel. I teach dispatch.
Mm-hmm.
I have so many people following me. I have classes 50, 60 people per class. I do this for
Mm-hmm.
living. Okay? So I'm just
Okay.
trying to fight against desperate phone calls because that's what gives a bad repetition. For whom? For all of us. Dispatch services, right? That phone call that gives us a bad repetition because people should know what they're talking about. So don't take it
Exactly. I
personally, but
totally agree
you,
with you.
if you're a professional, you would agree to me, right?
Totally agree.
And
That's what I'm saying.
you probably do record the phone calls. So why don't you go
No,
back and listen and
no.
listen how I was approached? So that's why my attitudes change because you get
No.
sick.
Totally agree. On the other side, it's fine. Don't worry. I totally understand. And you're just looking for your best insurance for your business, and that's I'll do the same thing. I'll have trust you.
And anybody who have been
That's
in
very
trucking,
okay.
they should be asking those questions. They should. So it doesn't mean that I am a bad client or tough client or hard client. No, that means I am a knowledgeable carrier. That's all that it means. And people who do not ask the question, there is a combination between
Mm-hmm.
desperate salesperson and a desperate carrier, and both of them have no clue how to run trucking. And that's a problem in USA. And you know that better than me. You know that.
Exactly. No, exactly. If you want, I'll be more than glad to send you the information that you need by email,
Yes, go
and
ahead.
you be the judge.
Yes,
And
that would be great. And as I told you, I don't really need brokers. I don't need shippers and receivers. I just want pick up and delivery date and time so I can see and the rate, realistic rate. Please don't make them higher, don't make them lower. Just realistic because I told you
no.
I've been doing it
You
for
know,
8 years. I teach class.
you're
That's
gonna
why
receive
for
something
me,
pretty plain. Something pretty simple that is not. I'm just gonna copy paste directly. I'm not gonna change anything. Just just hide the cells that you don't want to that we don't want you to see. It copy paste it and send it to you so
yeah,
you can
that would
do
be
your math.
great. Yeah,
You
if
know.
you can provide it, that would be great. Because I've seen people reaching out and then they send example, and when you really calculate, wow, you are running $10 per mile, really? Wow, you have a gross for
Yeah.
18,000 a week. And what else do you have? Well, by the way, it's not even a team. I think it's a 5 people sitting there because I guess their truck is flying, like a Boeing. So that's why I do what I do, because it just has to change from all the sides, driver sides, us as the owner of the company, dispatchers, dispatch services, all of us have to change. Even brokers, they have to have a clue what is the HOS. They have to understand that we're not flying, right?
Yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure talking to you. Don't take it personally,
likewise.
and I look
No.
forward to see the information from you.
Don't stress. Save this number. Any question or inquiry you might have, please reach me out. My name is David. I'm more than
Okay.
happy to assist you.
Thank you, David.
You're welcome.
Bye bye. So let's recap, guys. I am that tough, terrible client. And you know why? Because I was simply asking the questions that all of you have to ask. What is the average RPM? Which brokers are you working? How long you've been in business? How you going to be dispatching? Just telling me, well, you're not going to have contract, you have nothing to lose? Well, as a carrier, I have something to lose. My profitability. I can lose my safety, because if you don't know the commodities, if you are booking with the brokers who are not approved by my factoring, yes, I have something to lose. What do you guys have to lose? 5% from imaginary loads you promising? 13,000 a week, $3 per mile, 4,300 mile. Finally, he realized that it was nonsense. So he told me, oh, this is a team. Then, well, for the team, then a rate per mile has to be higher, right? And then it's gonna take them less to drive that it's a team. So in the end of the day, when you know your basics, you will understand people who are selling you nonsense. And it's come with providing dispatch services, it's come with providing classes, it's come with being an insurance agent who does not really care. It comes from all the levels of trucking. And that's why it's me, Alex. And I am not stopping, and I'm not afraid of this. I'm gonna change this industry one person at a time. And hopefully, you can join me. See you in my classes. Love you all.